This is my fourth take in this video. So you might see chops of a video because I'm putting the best takes together. I'm doing this off the top. There's no script or anything. So I may ramble here and there, but I try to get my point across. But today is see? Today is February 9th. It is Super Bowl Sunday. So I want to watch the game. I have no skin in the game. Neither one is my team, but I would like to see a three-peat if it happens. And I would like to see, let me say because only one team can win, or see Saquon Barkley get his ring and put it in a New York Giants face. Because they kept a quarterback they don't even have on the team anymore and gave up Saquon Barkley, who wanted to stay on their sorry roster. But anyway, yes, I'm from New York. At least the Yankees were in the World Series last year, but yeah, they blew that. Anyway, let's talk about music. Today's topic is I want a music career. Where do I start? This video came about from a conversation with my son. He just started writing lyrics, and he had this question. Where do I start if I wanted to pursue a music career? Because I do not like my current job. I had this question before in my career, back in the day. I just came from NAM, and I've met a lot of people who even stated, I want a music career. Where do I start? How do I start? Or we listen to producers and engineers and artists that was at NAM 2025, and they even gave their story, how they started, where they started, why they started. So a lot of my videos is aimed towards the novice, someone who's starting their career or someone who don't know where to start. And I'm at a certain position in my current progress in the music business that I want to help somebody with their questions of where do I start. There's a lot of ways to start music, so let's get started. Doop. That means I didn't hit the computer to change my screen. Let's go. All right, where do I start? There's a lot of career paths, right? There's performance, there's writing, business, audio technology, education, and therapy. I should have highlighted education. That's kind of what this is. But the topics that I, will cover in future videos will be writing, business, but more technology, audio technology rather. But it is good to know the music business because you want to make sure that you have your rights in full understanding. I've learned in school once. Never, ever, never, ever, never, ever, never, ever, never, ever, never, 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 never. Say that a million times to yourself. Give up your copyrights or rights to your music or whatever you create. You're the writer, you get your copyrights. You're the producer, you get your copyrights. You keep your copyrights. Now, if you sell your copyrights, that's your business. But I'm keeping mine. This is a little story. I'll get off topic real quick. I had somebody come to me before, say, hey, we like your music. Our artists want to use your song, my beat, my song that I put together. Didn't use samples. I wrote the melody, wrote the harmony, did all the performance. I produced it. And he was like, how much you want for the beat? I was like, well, I already know I'm not going to get any decent money from the top as a new producer. So I'm like, I want my copyrights and producer credit and royalties. And he's like, okay, cool. We'll get back with you. Never heard from him again. Why? Because I knew my rights. So basically, I digress. Know your rights as an artist, and you'll be able to make such decisions should you want to. Now, do I regret not taking that opportunity, which we all need to get to that next level of the success that we see others in the music business on TV or radio shows? Do I regret that? No, because I still have my music and I still have all my copyrights. So anyway, composition. This is how much you can make writing music on sheet music. Composition, $20,000 to $43,000 plus. It's a lot of money. You can quit your day job or have a side hustle. Either way, it's a lot of money. Commercial writing. Now on the bottom it says check salary in PDF. There will be a PDF. This PDF is what I use to write some of this script here. It's called Music Careers in Dollars and Cents 2016 edition. It is prepared by the Career Development Center, Berklee College of Music. You can get the full PDF, look at it, study it, see what career paths they have, and it has all the salary estimates and projections in it. You got songwriter, lyricist. Read this real quick before we get to the next video. I'm going to try to keep this under 10 minutes. All right, you ready? You ready? We ready. Let's go. All right, audio technology, recording and mix engineer. Ensure that the technical outcome of the recording aligns with the requirements of the project, and mixer. Combines all audio tracks and ensures they fit seamlessly with the overall production. Now, sometimes as a beginner or someone trying to get to these phases, you will find yourself doing a lot of this in the beginning yourself. You will be the audio engineer. You will be the recording engineer, the mix engineer, the producer, the caterer, the valet. You got to park your own car, right? You will be the one nurturing yourself. So until you will be able to find a team and separate and split the details, duty details of the project, you pretty much have to do all this by yourself. So it is a lot to learn. Live sound engineer. Look at all this. Look how much money you can make. Now you can quit your day job, your night job, or you can just have this as a side hustle. You know, that's pretty good money right there. Yeah, I think I want to do that. Recording producer. Any recording producers out there, raise your hand. Yes. Look how much we can make. $25,000 to $1 million plus. Man, sometimes that's just for one song. Sometimes. Yeah. Look how much you can make. Yeah. Engineer. Look how much we can make. $25,000 to $150 plus. I say we because I am an engineer as well. Engineers, raise your hands. Okay, let's go. Assistant engineer. And then you got acoustic consultant. A lot of ways you can get into music depending on what you want to do. So get out there and do it. Well, one of the main things that you do need to do, I'm a shy person. I'm a reserved person. Doing videos like this, you know, I'm off the cup with it. Off the top of the head. Live and direct. No script. I'm shy. I'm reserved. But I needed to get out there and network. That's what we all need to do. Get out and network. Not talking about the phones. Not talking about the text. You do that after you establish a rapport with somebody. But if somebody don't see your face, don't feel a good aura about you because they never saw you face to face, don't know if you'll be a good fit for their organization, they don't want to work with you. So we got to get out here. We got to make videos. We got to go to networking events. We got to go to conferences. We got to let people see our faces. And my father had this one out of many good sayings. It's not what you know, it's who you know. But first, you got to know what you need to know before you meet that who. Because if you don't know nothing, that who won't be in a position to help you. So let's learn. Let's get out there. Let's look at this PDF. Let's look at what we want to do and get on the path. Either go to school or find a mentor. If you like me and there's no studios around you that, have interns, or again, if you don't know nobody, it's going to be hard to get in. So go online, find a virtual mentor. That's what I've done since I've graduated Full Sail. And, Full Sail, or any school is going to have a ceiling, because once you graduate, what are you going to do? You got to learn more, right? So you need a mentor. So that's what I sought after virtual mentors. So I've subscribed to certain engineering, producing networks online. I mean, you got to pay either way, right? You got to pay by money or pay by time, sometimes by both. It's something I want to do. So I have virtual mentors, and these platforms that you can learn a lot from these engineers and producers out here. They give a lot of tips and can help you in your career path. Technical, recording tips, engineering tips, psychological tips, take breaks if you're creating music, Don't sit there for hours trying to write a song or produce something, take a break, come back, and let it come naturally. Let it flow, So right now I'm about to end this video. It's over 10 minutes long because I'm rambling right now. But what I'm about to do is fix up my studio. So, okay, here's what I do, right? Letting you know, as a novice, what you can expect to do. This is what I do. Every Sunday, I get in my studio. I don't do anything other than try to learn something that I may have been stuck on during a week. Try to perfect something that I was stuck on during a week. Or try to learn something different and more to advance myself for the following week. And then I practice my keys, scales, chords, guitar, clean up my computer, make sure that it can run fast as it needs to with all the plugins and stuff that I have and programs I have and sounds and stuff like that. I get in my DAWs, I get in my equipment and try to update it if I need to, make sure my plugins are good to go for the week. I dust off my computer, my studio, my hardware, what little hardware I have, I'm kind of hybrid, I'm not really that hybrid, a couple pieces that I do want to put up in my studio, then I'll feel better about it, way better about it. I'm a tactile person. I want faders, so that's my next endeavor, to get a controller for that purpose. But I have a nice studio, But I do like to keep it clean, because I know if I see dust on my, that's how it started. I go away for a couple days, come back, maybe was out of town, and is trying to create something, and I see dust on my keyboard. I'm like, gotta wipe it off. Now my creativity is interrupted, because now I'm cleaning. So I spend Sundays after the week, trying to clean up my equipment, making sure it's clean for the following week. And if it gets dirty during the week, then I can clean it up. try to make sure my plugins are good to go, up to date, and all of that. So I don't have to be interrupted with the create. That's something you always want to be aware of and keep in mind. Once you in a creative phase, you don't want anything to interrupt that. So make sure you do everything prior to sitting down to produce, writing a lyric, or whatever. Studying, playing, practicing, rehearsing. Make sure you take care of everything else prior to, so you can just stay focused on being the best you in music. And on that, this is Pitch Blaq saying later, and I'll see you in the next video. Pieces.